Hello dear students, welcome to the class today. Children, we have completed the syllabus of political science and geography. Two books, the syllabus is over. Now we are proceeding with your syllabus over for your chapter 10, that is the last chapter from history. After that we will be starting with your revision book. Got it, children? So whatever we have done till now, I hope it would be helpful for you. Yes, of course, a lot of important things that we have discussed, and in history, the last chapter that we have done, it was very informative. Lot of things you have come to know, lot of things you were able to understand. Now this is the last chapter which will give you information about the 18th century political formations. 18th century. Yes, Mughal Empire was about to get over, and British Empire was about to start. Britishers had already come, and they were already there. But then, now the British era was starting, where they were to rule over the Indians after defeating all the major ruling dynasties in India. So this was a phase of change. There are some maps given there. Children, I'll be showing you the map at the end of the chapter. Not at the end of the chapter, at the end of the video today. So these, please try to understand that we will be talking about these empires which had lost its control in India after the coming of the Britishers. Got it? So this is one thing that we will be doing. And we will also see about something very significant happening in the subcontinent. Subcontinent means we are in the southern portion of the Asia, and we are covering a large portion in Asia. That's why we are called as subcontinent. First half of the 18th century. So the boundaries of the Mughal Empire were reshaped. Please understand that when one ruling dynasty is there, the ruling dynasty and its power gets over. When the power is finishing, after that the new power which is taking up, or with the new power which is coming up, it is making a new boundary. It is making, means kya hota hai, Mughal power, Mughals were ruling in most of the parts of India. So, when the Mughal power was lessened, it was decreased. At that time, this was the phase when they were new kingdoms were coming up. Okay, so what is the highlight point of this chapter that we will be talking about is the emergence of new a number of independent kingdoms. Okay, emergence of new kingdoms. ये कौन थे and which were these kingdoms and how did they come up? Which places they were ruling? We will be talking about it. Got it? Now, क्या है कि a lot of map work is there in this chapter. So my dear students, you really need to go through the map work properly. By 1765, what had happened? The British had grabbed the major territories in eastern India. East में the Britishers were expanding very fast. Got it? So this is what we will be understanding, that by 1765, Britishers have expanded their empire in East. Got it? This is one major thing that you need to understand कि मुगल एम्पायर फिनिश हो रहा है न्यू एम्पायर्स आ रहा है एंड ऑल दीज न्यू एम्पायर्स, मेजर चंक, मेजर ग्रुप ऑफ दीज टेरिटरीज इन द ईस्टर्न इंडिया was taken up by different kingdoms and especially by the Britishers. Britishers started controlling most of the parts in India. It changed dramatically and within a relatively short span of time. बहुत कम समय में, in a very short span of time, Britishers were able to control major parts in India. Got it? So we will be understanding which were these major parts and how did the British control all these parts. The maps that are there, it is telling about the political conditions in the 18th century, and British, while establishing themselves, because Britishers were extending themselves, Britishers were expanding themselves, but then which were the major places where British Empire was had its power, and they were controlling the rulers. अपने terms and conditions लगाते थे. Yes, Britishers were very smartly imposing their terms and conditions on the Indian rulers. Now what happens? The political groups which were coming up during the first half of the 18th century, I mean around 1707, Aurangzeb had died, and the third battle of till the third battle of 1767, Battle of Panipat happened in 1767. Okay, 1707 के बाद से the Mughal Empire started finishing. After 1707, सबसे बड़ा इंसिडेंट क्या हुआ 1707 में? That Aurangzeb had died. 1707, Aurangzeb had died, and by 1761, and the third battle of Panipat. कब हुआ था? In 1761. अभी क्या है ना, दिस इज जीके, ये जीके है, इसको समझना इसी तरह से. 1761 में थर्ड बैटल ऑफ पानीपत हुआ एंड द ब्रिटिश द मुगल एम्पायर वॉज टोटली फिनिश्ड. 1761 के बाद अब मुगल एम्पायर, हु विल बी लुकिंग आफ्टर द एम्पायर? सबसे पहली चीज क्या है? द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट नीड्स टू बी अंडरस्टूड हियर इज द क्राइसिस ऑफ द एम्पायर एंड द लैटर मुगल्स. लेटर मतलब बाद में जो मुगल्स आए. दिस वॉज द क्राइसिस ऑफ द एम्पायर and the later Mughals. Later Mughals means, Mughal Empire was at its top position. It was at its zenith till Aurangzeb. औरंगजेब के बाद से क्या हुआ कि डाउनफॉल शुरू हो गया. मुगल एम्पायर तो बिल्कुल, वंस अपॉन ए टाइम इट वाज देयर दैट इन इंडिया मुगल एम्पायर के नाम पे ही सारा काम हो जाता था. मुगल एम्पायर वाज दैट पावरफुल एंड दैट सक्सेसफुल. And variety of crisis happens towards the closing years of the 17th century. I told you 1707 के बाद से while Aurangzeb had died, now started big changes in the empire. क्या हुआ? क्यों हुआ ऐसा? Why it had happened that there was such a big crisis? Please try to understand. In this we will be understanding there are various factors. पहले तो ये समझो कि मुगल एम्पायर was facing a big crisis. Okay? Was facing crisis. Yes, a big crisis जहाँ पे कि they were unable to come out of this crisis. वो इस क्राइसिस से बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे थे एंड अल्टीमेटली इसका फायदा किसको मिला? द पीपल हु हैड टेकन अ कंप्लीट एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस were the Britishers. Got it? So please understand that the downfall of the Mughal Empire and upcoming of the British Empire is very, very much related. They had seen the downfall and Britishers have seen the upcoming trend. Got it? When we are talking about the downfall, जब हम देख रहे हैं कि they are going down, there is a big issue why the Mughals and their kingdom was finishing. So what are the major reasons behind it? Let's analyze the reasons. कि क्या कारण थे? Okay, पहला था causes of the downfall of Mughal Empire. They have finished. पहला cause ये था that we have already talked about Aurangzeb. औरंगजेब ने क्या किया था? He had depleted the military and financial resources. जितना भी military power था, it was all exhausted. Means a lot of battles had happened where Aurangzeb had used क्या मतलब? He had applied the Indian the military a lot, जहाँ many people had died. Financial resources, obviously war happens, lot of money is required in that war. So financial resources had finished by fighting a long war in the Deccan. South, Mughals had their empire in a very large manner in the north. And they, मतलब सारे टाइम ऐसा हुआ कि साउथ में they wanted to establish themselves, but they were never successful in that. इसमें इनको कभी भी सक्सेस मिली नहीं. तो continuous battle in the Deccan, in the southern region, had led to the downfall of the empire. A big downfall and big crisis that the people were facing. Okay, so Aurangzeb had depleted the, please understand, military and financial resources. Military and financial resources. कैसे? By fighting a long war in the Deccan. By fighting a long war in Deccan. साउथ में इतना बड़ा बैटल हुआ है, इतना बड़ा वॉर हुआ है. इन दिस द कंप्लीट रिसोर्सेस एंड द पावर ऑफ द मुगल्स हैव फेडेड, काफी कम हो गया. इसमें क्या हुआ? अंडर हिज सक्सेसर्स, औरंगजेब के बाद ही डाइड, द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ द इंपीरियल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ब्रोक डाउन. ही डाइड. उनको जितना लड़ाई करनी थी करके वो मर गए. Now the imperial administration broke down. The way he was holding the administration, जितनी तेजी से इन्होंने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को पकड़ के रखा था. Okay, the efficiency of the military administration broke down. जिन लोगों ने आज तक, जो लोग मुगल से डरते थे, सडनली ऐसा हो गया कि the people were not scared of the Mughals anymore. The rulers who were मुगल्स के नाम से जो चुप हो जाते थे, who were accepting the Mughal power, now they started raising their voice, raising their head. कौन है, हम क्यों माने, हम क्यों accept करें? So it was difficult for the later Mughal emperors to keep a check on the powerful Mansabdars. Remember the Mansabdars we have discussed? Yes. I think in chapter 4 or chapter 5 we have discussed about the Mansabdars. Got it? Mansabdars के बारे में आपको मेरे को बताना है. You have to tell me something about the Mansabdars and the Mansabdari system. I know you can tell me. Okay? So it was difficult. It was difficult for the Mughals to keep a check on Mansabdars. मतलब सबसे ज्यादा जिन लोगों ने मुगल्स को परेशान करना शुरू कर दिया था, they were the Mansabdars. Powerful because Mansabdars were given immense power during the time of Mughals. तो उस पावर की वजह से, because of that power, they have established themselves in a very extended manner. बहुत ही खुले रूप में. Nobles were there. They were appointed as governors. Okay, who were also called as the subedars. Okay, nobles who were appointed as governors often controlled the offices of revenue and military administration. Please understand कि administration मुगल्स का कैसे चल रहा था. तो Mansabdars were there, and then rich nobles. Nobles means ministers type of people. ठीक है? Nobles were appointed as governors. ठीक है? They were also called as सूबेदार. क्या कहते थे? इनको सूबेदार भी कहा जाता था. ठीक है? They controlled the office of, किसके ऑफिस पे कंट्रोल करते थे? रेवेन्यू एंड मिलिट्री एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. दे कंट्रोल द ऑफिस ऑफ रेवेन्यू एंड मिलिट्री एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. ये जो रेवेन्यू एंड मिलिट्री एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था ना, दैट वाज बीइंग लुक्ड आफ्टर बाय द दीवानी एंड फौजदारी. ओके, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट जो लोग आज तक पावर एस्टैब्लिश नहीं कर पाए थे, मुगल्स के अंडर में काम कर रहे थे, उन्होंने सर उठाना शुरू कर दिया. एंड एज अ रिजल्ट they were dominating the Mughal emperors also. Okay, all these subedars over there, ये जो सूबेदार की बात हमने की है, these subedars were controlling the revenue and military administration, which was also called as Diwani and Faujdari. Subedars controlled Diwani and Faujdari. Got it? And this gave them extraordinary political, economic and military powers over vast region of Mughal Empire. Mughal Empire में they got immense power. कौन? ये जो सूबेदार थे. These सूबेदार. Okay? दीवानी वॉज रेवेन्यू एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, फौजदारी वॉज मिलिट्री. दीवानी का मतलब कि टैक्सेस कलेक्ट करने का काम, रेवेन्यू, एंड फौजदारी वॉज मिलिट्री. तो इतना सारा जब सूबेदार के अंडर में रहेगा, तो ऑब्वियसली यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड हाउ पावरफुल दिस पर्सन इज, कितने पावरफुल है. सो he got extraordinary काफी सारा पावर जो कि नहीं भी मिलना चाहिए था ना. एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी पॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिक, हाँ टैक्सेस कलेक्ट कर ही रहे हैं एंड आर्मी को संभाल ही रहे हैं, तो मिलिट्री पावर्स. And vast region of Mughal Empire. Mughal Empire छोटा मोटा नहीं था ना. It was extending right from north to south, east to west. So the governors, what did they do? They consolidated their control over the provinces. उनके अंडर में whichever areas were there under them, they controlled all these provinces. And gradually, slowly, पहले क्या होता था ना, जितना भी टैक्स कलेक्ट किया, whatever money and whatever tax is collected by the सूबेदार as revenue, ठीक है, टैक्सेस कलेक्ट करते थे ये, that was their work. Now पहले ये ले जाके मुगल्स को दे देते थे, but now what happened when they saw कि मुगल empire is slowing down and they have become weak, rulers are not that powerful, now they stopped giving the money to the मुगल्स, अपने पास रख लेते थे सारा पैसा. तो मनी पावर भी बढ़ गया. मिलिट्री की देखभाल कर रहे हैं, बट मिलिट्री को इंस्ट्रक्ट कर दिया कि वो डू व्हाट एवर आई से, जो मैं कहूंगा बस वही करना है. तो अब मिलिट्री वॉज ऑल्सो लिसनिंग टू देम. दे ऑल्सो सेड कि मुगल्स का तो कोई पावर रह नहीं गया है. सो गवर्नर्स कंसोलिडेटेड देयर कंट्रोल ओवर द प्रोविंसेस. गवर्नर्स मतलब सूबेदार. गवर्नर्स वेर द सूबेदार. गॉट इट? Consolidated their position got it. Now what has happened is they consolidated their position and controlled the province and controlled the province with remission of revenue. मतलब remission of revenue, please try to understand, this is nothing technical, कि जो पैसा ये कलेक्ट कर रहे थे लोगों से in the form of taxes, in the form of money, whatever they were collecting, now they did not give it to the Mughals. Rather, what did they do? They kept this money with themselves only. अपने पास ही रखते थे. तो अब आप सोचो कि मुगल खजाना तो खाली होने लग गया ना. All the places which were giving taxes to the Mughal Empire, now they stopped paying the taxes to the Mughal emperor. So what will happen to their power? Now what happened? कि peasants and zamindars, they started rebelling. Peasants जो किसान थे और जो जमींदार थे, there were rebellions in many part of North and West India. इससे क्या हो गया? That because local people were in revolution, local people were opposing. So किसान जो है peasants and zamindari rebellions happened in many parts. Peasants and zamindari rebellions happened in many parts in northern and western India. Happened in many parts in northern and western India. ये जो revolts थे ना, they were sometimes caused by the pressures of mounting taxes. Why did they rebel? Please try to understand what we are discussing. We are discussing about the causes of the downfall. कि मुगल एम्पायर इतना अच्छी तरह से रूल कर रहे थे, इतना बड़ा एम्पायर था. Suddenly what had happened? Why did they see the downfall? ऐसा क्या हो गया कि ये पूरी तरह से खत्म हो गया? The किसान हैं, जमींदार हैं, they have started rebelling against the Mughals. ये जो छोटे छोटे rebellions हो रहे थे, this was harmful for the Mughal Empire. ये जो downfall had started, Mughal Empire somewhere was facing a big loss because of that. तो अब इनका जो रिवोल्ट हो रहा था, ये किस लिए हो रहा था? No, we'll be discussing it in the next video. I need to show you some maps. Got it? Come, let's see the map. Dear students, we have started this chapter, 18th century political formations, as you all know it very well. I wanted to show you the map just now that we have completed the video. The map is important to be shown because here it is mentioned that look at maps 1 and 2 closely. When you see the map, then you will understand that what were the changes that were happening amongst the Mughals. Under the Mughals, the kind of changes that were happening, we need to do the assessment with the help of this map. सबसे पहले तो आप ये देख लो, the Mughal Empire and its extent. कितनी दूर तक मुगल था, to what extent was the Mughal Empire, and which places other than Mughal Empire the other ruling. मुगल एम्पायर से अलग हटके जो लोग रूल कर रहे थे, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दैट. गॉट इट? तो द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट वी आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, सबसे पहली चीज़ जो हम यहाँ पे समझेंगे, यू कैन सी दिस एक्सटर्नल बाउंड्री. गॉट इट? ये तो साउथ में था. लुक एट द नॉर्थ, लुक एट द बाउंड्री. ये जितना भी आप देख रहे हो ना, ये अफ़गानिस्तान, पाकिस्तान एंड ऑल, अभी देयर हैज़ बीन सो मच ऑफ फ्रैगमेंटेशन इन द मुग़ल एम्पायर. मुग़ल एम्पायर काफ़ी तरीके से टूट चुका है, लेकिन वंस अपॉन ए टाइम दिस वाज नॉट देयर. पूरा जितना भी एम्पायर है, राइट फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ टू द साउथ टू ईस्ट वेस्ट, मुगल्स हैड वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग कंट्रोल. गॉट इट? तो आप ये देख लो यहाँ पे, this is showing these arrows. What does these arrows mean? Please see, यहाँ पे it is mentioned, you will see something significant happening in the subcontinent during the first half of the 18th century. कैसे Mughals boundary was reshaped. अब we will be talking about the new kingdoms that were coming up. पहला तो आप ये देख लो, this. Got it? Okay, and then here we have the Jats, the Awadh, the Bengal, okay, the Maratha, Hyderabad, Gujarat, all these places were included in this, where we have the Sikh also. ये जो we were saying ना that small kingdoms were coming up, यही थे वो small kingdoms which were coming up once upon a time, which were being ruled by the Mughals. जिन kingdoms के ऊपर मुगल्स का राज था, अभी वहाँ पे मुगल राज ख़त्म होके ये new kingdoms were coming up in a new manner. ये आप देख लीजिए यहाँ पे, this is there, okay. And then Bengal, Awadh, और ये था, this is what these arrows are showing, that how these kingdoms were extending their boundaries. एक तो this is the map. Another map what we are seeing, कि Britishers were also coming up, and which were these British territories and how these British territories were capturing all the places.
सारे प्लेसेस पे ब्रिटिश टेरिटरी जो है वो कैसे कैप्चर कर रही थी और कितना इनका पावर बढ़ता चला जा रहा था. दिस इज व्हाट वी विल बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग हियर. गॉट इट? मिड 18th सेंचुरी में दिस इज देयर. ओके, सो जस्ट चेक दिस. देख लीजिए ये. लुक एट दिस. Murshidabad, Dhaka, Marathas were one of the empires, one of the one of the empires which had really posed challenge to the Mughals as well as the Britishers. किसी को भी ये आराम से एक्सपैंड नहीं करने देना चाहते थे. इनका पावर बहुत ज़्यादा था एंड दे वेर ऑलवेज ready for war. Please understand. That made them very powerful and that is what was the reason of their power. Got it? So, ye two maps, map 1 and map 2 I wanted to show you. So, rest we will be continuing in the next chapter. Thank you children and all the best to you.